Hey guys and gals, welcome to the Lathrop and Sons Lab. This morning I want to discuss with you something that's really important. James and I actually were discussing this yesterday, and we have been getting some phone calls from customers that are starting to draw tags and prepare for these trips. And these calls we're fielding are people that are, getting up, they're working out, they're training, not necessarily in a pair of boots, but in an athletic shoe, and inadvertently in this ramping up, longer mileage, increasing pack weight, they're utilizing specific, we'll say running, cross training type shoes that aren't matching up to their foot. So what I want to do with you today is to discuss more about training type of shoes and the importance and some of the key features that you want to look for to help prevent any of these injuries that could prevent you from having a hunt or prevent us from helping you get an accurate fit. So we'll dive into it. So the first thing you do is your hunt's coming up, you drew we'll say a tag out in Wyoming, it's an elk hunt. You're going to do it yourself or go guided. Doesn't matter, you still want to get in shape for it. So you grab a 10-pound pack, you throw on your tennis shoes in the morning, you go for 2-3 mile hike. One thing that we have had people start to do is dreaded heel pain, and plantar fasciitis. A lot of times with foot gear, that instability in the shoe, this is a trail shoe, it's made by Brooks. We're very happy with Brooks, but there are some shoes that have some stability in their lineup and some that don't. You want to look at that. What this shoe offers, and you can see it's quite flexible. That is compounded, that flexibility, that lacking and torsional stability is definitely compounded when you throw weight on your back and you get in situations where you're side hilling or you're actually just climbing up and down a hill. So having a much more stable platform like this particular shoe, this is the Brooks Beast. Look at the bottom of the shoe. You can see how broad the platform is. We refer to this as tread plane, so your foot is actually staying on the perimeter of that sole, and because of that it's very hard to torque this shoe back and forth. One other thing that this shoe will do, because it's stiff from the rear foot through the midfoot just behind the ball of the foot, the shoe bends or flexes like a human foot does right at the ball. So this is going to stop that twisting motion. It's going to stabilize under a slight load and for longer hikes, longer training sessions. So this is another example. I want you to look at this. You can see that the bottom of the shoe, it's actually scooped out. Listen to me. When you go in and you're looking for a shoe, that we're training, we're trying to get in shape. We're not out there trying to set a new record. We just want to stay in shape. We want to get our cardio up, get our legs feeling good, getting used to it. What you don't want to do is to start scooping a lot of the meat out of that sole. If you look at that, you can see that that's been notched out. It's always blown us away here when we were in the orthotic business and had our shoe stores there, why these companies would go to the scoop all this material out, then stick a piece of TPU plastic in there. They would have been much better off leaving it. I guess it's a cool factor, something that kind of looks cool, but the problem is, look, I can fold that shoe right in the midfoot. I'll do this again, it's mind-blowing. So your heel comes down and hitch, you roll up to the midfoot to propel forward. As soon as the ball of foot comes down and makes contact with this, the shoe actually bends. I'm doing this with my hand, folks. That shoe is bending in the midfoot. Your arch is not meant to bend. So, again, we go back to this shoe. Broader platform, much more stability, forces you to roll off the front of the foot. Another thing that you guys want to take a look at too, but by all means, we are not here to try to diagnose anything. We're here to try to help you guys be successful. Some other common things, blistering, shin splints. You can go online and look some of this stuff up and it'll explain this to you. Another thing that we actually had to do, send him off, ask him to go see his family doctor. He was complaining about the front of his foot. You get into a shoe that's got this instability in it and just folds that easy, you need to watch it. You're putting that foot through a lot of strain. You could actually develop some kind of a stress fracture or strain in that forefoot. You do this long enough, it's repetitive, you can stress that. So the importance of utilizing a stable shoe for your exercising program, it's all about getting in shape, taking care of your feet, because for all practical purposes, you guys are spending more time, honestly, and I know there's some exceptions to this, but more time is spent training miles on the feet prior to going on, we'll say, a 7-day hunt. You do the mileage on that, you're exerting a lot more, and as I told one gentleman on the phone, he kind of laughed about it, let's get that foot, keep that foot in the best shape possible, go on that hunt, and if you trash it on the hunt and you're successful, guess what? You accomplished the goal you had set out for. One other thing that I do want to touch on, a lot of people are just running shoes with a standard basic insole in it. This is out of a Brooks shoe. You can see the wear pattern on that's an EVA, it compresses down. It's very affordable. There's some really nice aftermarket inserts that you can put into it. We've got some of the High Country Synergy footbeds. It's a dampening polymer. It absorbs shock, reduces shear forces, it just ups your performance level. It really helps to stop the jarring and the fatigue. Ankles, knee, hip, lower back. Something that can easily be cut down and placed into that shoe. I hope that this information here today that I've talked with you about, you'll be able to utilize if you're not already doing so. I would encourage you guys to pick up the phone if you have questions regarding this YouTube video. Give us a call. James and I are happy to field some of these questions. Follow us on our Instagram, Lathrop & Sons Boots. We're a lot of times putting this information out there to get you over to our YouTube. We'd like to have you guys subscribe. We're slowly but surely growing, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.